Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. This is Hunting for Answers, and I'm your host, Hunter. Every weekday, we tell a story that should never be forgotten. So let's begin. In the summer of 1992, something happened inside a small apartment in Lake City, Florida. From the outside, there was little to suggest anything was wrong. But inside, something had already happened that would leave a family searching for answers for years. More than 3 decades later, those questions still remain. This is the story of Angela Maxwell. Angela was 20 years old and the mother of 3 children. Her family remembers her as hardworking, outspoken, and deeply protective of the people she loved. She loved to sing in church, dance around the house, and make the people around her laugh. Years later, her sister, Kenyatta, recounted meeting people who said they had never forgotten the day Angela stood up for them when they were being bullied. That was the kind of person her family says she was. On the night of August 3rd, 1992, Angela was at her apartment in Lake City. Around 11 o'clock p.m., she spoke with a neighbor. After getting something to eat, she went back inside her home. No one is publicly known to have had contact with Angela after that. Over the next 2 days, neighbors would later say they heard young children crying inside the apartment. They had no idea what had happened inside. Then on August 5th, Angela's 15-year-old brother stopped by the apartment after playing basketball with friends. He had come by for a drink of water. When no one answered the front or the back door, he looked through the back window. When he looked through the window, he saw his sister lying motionless on the couch. He called law enforcement. When officers went inside, they found 20-year-old Angela Maxwell deceased. But she wasn't alone. Her newborn son, just 3 weeks old, was lying face down on her chest. Her 11-month-old daughter was found crawling nearby. Both children were dehydrated and hungry, but otherwise unharmed. The cries neighbors remembered hearing now had an explanation. But the discovery raised even more questions. Who had been with Angela, and what had happened inside the apartment? From the beginning, many of the most important questions had no clear answers. One of the few details investigators made public was that there were no obvious signs of forced entry into Angela's home. That led investigators to consider the possibility that Angela may have known the person who entered her home. But investigators never publicly identified a suspect. And there was something else investigators learned. Just before she was killed, Angela had cashed a $200 check. That money was never found inside the apartment. But investigators have never publicly said whether they believe robbery was the motive. Time kept moving forward. Angela's children grew up without their mother. Her family never stopped hoping someone would come forward. But as the years passed, no one was ever charged, and Angela's case remained unsolved. More than 30 years after Angela's life was taken, something changed. Detectives decided to take another look into the case. During that review, they discovered that fingerprints, blood evidence, and other biological evidence had been preserved. It gave them hope that today's DNA technology might succeed where earlier testing couldn't. One thing had never changed. The weapon used in Angela's murder was never found. But detectives believe whoever killed her may have left DNA behind. That's why they believe the answers they've been searching for could still be hidden in that evidence. But they still need help. Detectives are asking anyone with firsthand knowledge of what happened in 1992 to come forward. Not rumors, not something someone heard from someone else, firsthand information. If you know something that could help this investigation, contact the Lake City Police Department. Contact details are included in the show notes. Let's keep sharing Angela's story. For more episodes and case updates, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, or join our Facebook community. If there's a story you believe deserves attention, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.